And now I give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Madam President, we thank the Undersecretary General Jean-Pierre Lacroix and the African Union Commissioner Ismail Chargé for their detailed briefings. 2 months ago, we voted in favour of Security Council Resolution 2479 on the technical rollover of the mandate for the African Union United Nations hybrid operation in Darfur. Russia had understanding for the position of the African Union. They advocated carrying out analysis of the situation in Sudan and developing a well-thought-out plan for the responsible drawdown of the hybrid peacekeeping operation. As you'll recall, at that time we said that we should limit the extension of the mandate to a month or two. We were confident that within that period the Sudanese would be able to overcome the difficult domestic political situation and renew substantive dialogue on the modalities of UNAMID's exit. The development of events showed that we were right. We welcome the signing on the 17th of August in Khartoum by the representatives of the Transitional Military Council and the Forces of Freedom of Change of a constitutional declaration. This agreement is certainly an important step towards stability within the country over the long term. We'd particularly like to note the mediation efforts of Ethiopia and the African Union, including under the Ethiopian presidency, in the negotiation process. This has been a practical embodiment of the idea African problems need African solutions. We also need to pay tribute to the Sudanese people who've been able to overcome discord and to reach an agreement against the background of continuing outside pressure. Unfortunately, as previously, we note that there is a range of outside forces who are trying to make use of the difficult political situation in the country and trying to tailor the situation in Khartoum to their narrow self-interest. We repeat that resolving the domestic crisis in the country is an issue for the Sudanese themselves. A language of ultimatums and brazen intervention in the affairs of a sovereign state is absolutely unacceptable. All of this could simply lead to an exacerbation of tensions. Madam President, on the situation in Darfur, we can see a significant improvement in the security situation there. We also note that there has been some normalization in the humanitarian sphere. The general trend in those regions that have already been left by the Blue Helmets hasn't changed. We think that this once again demonstrates that the Security Council's decision was correct when it reduced the military component of UNAMID and decided on an exit for the mission in 2020. In September, we will see the special report from the United Nations and the African Union with special proposals on the drawdown of UNAMID. We emphasize that we would be against any idea to change the plans for the exit of the mission. The challenges that Darfur today faces are of a peace-building and not a peacekeeping nature. Time has come to concentrate on recovery and economic development in Darfur, and this should be the priority for the international community now. In conclusion, I'd like to express our condolences to the people and government of Sudan in connection with the people who died at the beginning of July in the heavy rainfall and floods. According to the media, this national disaster has seriously damaged the national economy and has affected almost 200,000 people. More than 37,000 homes have been destroyed. The international community should provide help to Khartoum in this very difficult situation. Once again, we call on concentrating on economic support for the country and on peace building and development. Thank you.
I thank the representative of the Russian Federation for his statement.